for checking out shit. Hello, ma'ams and sirs. Ron Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcoming you to this week's AEW Collision review show. Thank you for checking this out. Hey, it seems like just the first match alone that the people at the Saddledome in Calgary, Alberta, Canada got their money's worth. So we got a lot to get to here. Before. Okay, here we go. And starting off Collision this week is the 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. It is Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood, FTR versus Jay White, Juice Robinson, Bullet Club Gold. Speaking of Juice Robinson, I'm starting to become a fan of his. I always kind of dug that. Is this guy really that goofy or crazy, or is he acting really, really good? And he's pretty decent little worker in the ring. Speaking of other things, that kid in the front row looks familiar. I wonder if they'll mention who he is. Doubt it. Anyway, another kind of annoying thing was that Ian Riccaboni, this like every move was, oh, this is shades of this Hart, or that move was that Hart. And of course, most of them was Bret Hart, which is kind of funny. We're supposed to be celebrating the life of Owen Hart. I digress. Or except for the press slam that Cash Wheeler did, they mentioned that, oh, Davey Boy Smith did that move. It was getting kind of annoying. Anyway, FTR had most of the beginning of this match until Dax Harwood went shoulder first and opposed. They worked on him a little bit. Cash Wheeler was able to get the blind tag, and they were looking for the Shadow Machine, but Juice counters. White hits the Blade Runner on Cash Wheeler, and Bullet Club Gold winds up getting the first fall. Second fall, gets on the way. Bullet Club Gold still has control, still working on Harwood. Wheeler gets tagged in, takes it to Jay White, but the Bullet Club wound up getting control back. Juice Robinson DDTs Cash Wheeler on the floor, looking for a 10 count, but Wheeler was able to come back in. Another little complaint about this match, the obvious spot calling. They made it too much. It was too obvious that they were calling spots. It almost makes me want to go back and watch older stuff, see if I can catch the, like 80s, and especially the 80s people calling spots. But anyway, frustrations were starting to show with FTR. A little like Dax Harwood wasn't pleased with Cash Wheeler or something like that. This, they didn't look like they were happy about something. Storyline, of course. Especially after they hit a cool freaking move. It was the Razor's Edge into a cutter. Still weren't able to put Jay White out. But, finally they, hit the Shadow Machine on Juice Robinson to take the second fall. Of course, the third fall starts in, and they just start going at it. Jay White and Dax Harwood take each other out to over the rail and to the floor. Get like a little medical break there. But yeah, a little medical pause. Then they kind of double suplex both Bullet Club Gold members. Jay White barely misses a 10 count. Now we get the whole all 4 men in the ring, face off, time to have some fun. They go at it. Wheeler suplexes himself and Juice Robinson outside the ring. Referee finally calls, or the announcer calls 5 more minutes. FTR gets both Bullet Club members in the sharpshooter, but they were able to get out of that. Robinson gets tagged in, goes for his finisher, but Dax Harwood would counter, puts him in the sharpshooter. Robinson taps out, and your winners, still tag team champions, FTR. They was looking for a handshake from their competitors, but didn't receive it. Like I said, this was a long match. You definitely could tell they was going to put some time in during the first fall because they were really pacing themselves. But I think who was it? They said it was like one announcer said 58 minutes, I think it was. So yeah, they definitely put some time in. I think I read somewhere it was like 100 or an hour 4 minutes total. I guess between 30-second break or the breaks between falls and. Alright, next up we have the finals of the female division of the Owen Hart Foundation Tournament. It is Ruby Soho going against Willow Nightingale. Willow got the early advantage. Got an air fall after the three amigos into a fisherman's suplex. Unfortunately, Willow crashes into the corner. Rojo takes the advantage. She gets the picture advantage. Cartwheel into an enziguri from Willow gives her back the advantage. Some back and forth. Rojo tries to do her best. Ada Guerrero takes a spray can, puts it in Willow's hands. Referee just took it away. Gets distracted. Also distracted Willow long enough to hit the what was that move called? The destination or the no future kick or whatever. Anyway, that only gave her a 2 count. Again, Soho's trying to get a cheap win. She grabs a can, tells the ref that, hey, the turnbuckle's loose. Unfortunately, Willow, or unfortunately for Soho, Willow hit the pounce on her. Spray can went out in the aisle. Willow Nightingale nails the Dr. Bomb on Ruby Soho. 1, 2, 3. And your winner of the Owen Hart female side tournament is Willow Nightingale, which made me happy because I'm a pretty big fan of Willow Nightingale. If you've heard my shows before, so you know I'm kind of into her. Not like that, just okay, she's cute, but I think she can be a star. She got potential. Unfortunately for Ruby Soho, 2 trips to the finals and without a victory. She's coming. Okay, next up is Brody King and Malachi Black. I guess they call their little tag team the Kings of the Black Throne. Goma gets a couple local ham and eggers. And let me just take the time here to say it's not really cool to be knocking or, wanting death to people with legit jobs, especially like a service industry waitress or anything like that, or a protect and serve job like a police officer or the firemen and stuff like that. It's not really that cool. Don't let the small amount of bad people blind you to the majority of good in a particular field. Because hey, that AC, AB, and FTF or FTP sounds real cute and funny. right, it is time for your main event, and it is the finals of the men's division of the Owen Hart uh, Foundation Tournament. Ricky starts against CM Punk. They start out with exchange of headlocks, head scissors, shoulder blocks, uh, until finally Punk, does a hip toss and hip tosses Starks out on the floor, starts getting his feels a little bit. And let me just reiterate, I'm glad this whole Canadian trip is almost done. Again, Owen Hart Tournament, they're doing Bret Hart moves, and doesn't matter, people kind of digging it. Speaking of the fans, they're pretty much split, down the middle. Half the people cheering for Ricky Starks, other half cheering for CM Punk. We get to that final portion of the match. Exchange of strikes. Starks gets the better until Punk nails him with a pile driver for a 2.5 count. Punk goes for the GTS. Starks wiggles out of it, hits a spear, but the wily vet slips out, gets back in the ring. Starks goes for another spear, gets trapped in the guillotine by Punk. Starks would make it to the ropes. Punk then goes for the Super Frankensteiner. Stark rolls it into a sunset flip for a 2 count. Punk counters for a 2 count. Starks counters again, holds the ropes here and gets a 3 count and wins the Owen Hart Tournament. Everybody's kind of shocked. CM Punk goes to that one kid I pointed out earlier. Looks familiar. Asked him, did Ricky Starks hold ropes? And he was like, yeah. Starks goes up the ramp. There's Juice and Liger. Kids, YouTube, look at the Owen Hart versus Juice and Thunder Liger matches from Japan. Good stuff there. Anyway, he just grabs a trophy and runs off, and that's not a good look. Not sure if I really agree with this finish. I think it should have been CM Punk versus Samoa Joe. Had that build up, 15 years in the making, and it made that finals a little bit more special, I think. Still, it looks like they're just kind of using that to maybe turn Starks heel or something like that, and or they did still. You could have either had Starks kind of go over fair and square, hit the spear quickly, hit this Ramshambo finisher, sell it like, hey, this is your time, kid, go for it, and he does go for it, hits it, or have CM Punk beat him. Spear, takes his time posing. The announcers are getting on his case about, hey, you should go for it, You can't just let somebody like Punk lay there. And that's when Punk gets up, GTS, wins the tournament. But yeah, I kind of agree with that little finish. Match itself was probably 2 notches above mid. It was kind of hard to follow that 2 out of 3 falls tag team title match. I mean, I feel sorry for any of those guys got to follow that match. But yeah, like I said, I think they should have made Punk, Samoa Joe, had Punk win the thing instead of do it like this. I don't think in the end it does Starks any good. He's getting a fan base. People kind of get into him. Now you're going to turn him heel. Just let things flow. At this stage in your company, you kind of want to let things flow, natural or organically. If somebody like Starks is getting popular, kind of go with it. See how far it kind of goes instead of just like that. Use the ropes, do heely stuff like grab a trophy out of a legend's hands. Not a good look. Anyway, that's just my opinion of the show. What's your opinion? Leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this week's Collision. Also, hit the subscribe button, notification bell.
Here at RP Tube Vision would like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check out Friends of the